Welcome to the Morning Blitz with John Abraham, Captain Cool, and the Bandiman Bailey Lowery. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Captain Cool.
Hello and welcome in, everybody, to a Thirsty Thursday here in No Man's Land. John Abraham, Captain Cool, alongside the Bandiman Bailey Lowery.
Hey.
And Bandy, we have a very fun episode to get into today. We're going to be jumping from college football to the wacky underdog picks, so you guys know what games to keep an eye out for tomorrow, so you can hop on the show and give us your wacky underdog pick for a chance to get a party of two at Gunner's Landing with a cart included. Also on top of that, why not? We'll throw you in the Flow giveaway as well to get a party of 10 at Flow Supreme Air, so the kids can have a lot of fun while you sit back and enjoy the successful outing with your family. Now, Bandy, the first thing I want to hop into is first off just telling the people they can call in on the show, 256-5764.
97.7.
And you guys can hop in on any of the conversations we get into today. On top of that, Bandy, we do have two guests today, not just one. Two. And those guests will be Jonathan Liggett from Cherokee Ridge Country Club. He'll hop on with us later on. I want to find out what's going on in golf right now and what the reason is to watch golf, because it's like football season and now there's hockey and now there's WNBA came to an end. By the way, if you guys can tell us who won that one, it'd really help out because I have no idea. And then on top of that, you can also head on over to our Twitter page, 97.7 ESPN. And you can find us over there. And we're also going to get on a pretty good guest when it comes to Sparkman football. So just wait on that, because we're going to have Jaden Scott, really just a stud kid. We wanted to get Brody Slade on, Bandy, but they're having ACTs right now, like the practice test.
Oh, wow.
Let me tell you.
I do not miss those at all.
I got to say, when you throw that in front of me and say, hey, you think you can take this test? I'm like, no. I just always think back to what I did on that thing back in high school. Let me tell you, it didn't look good, and I took it twice. Let me tell you, it was identical. The first time and the second time, I did it without a calculator.
You did it without a calculator?
Yeah, I totally forgot. I did not have a calculator.
Oh man, you're just kind of shooting yourself in the foot from the get-go.
Yeah, I was pretty much freeballing it on that one. But Bandy, I got a question for you right off the bat. All right.
All right, what's up?
So last night, I was very hungry when I was gonna go to bed. All right, and I hate going to bed, pretty hungry. I worked out earlier. I had a protein shake. I ate a bowl of peas. And that was pretty much my dinner.
All right, interesting choice.
And then after that, I got in bed. It was like 11 o'clock, and I was like, wow, I cannot go to sleep. So, Bandy, I'm asking you right now, what is your favorite childhood snack at night?
Oh, easiest answer of my life. Flavor blasted goldfish.
Okay, so the colored ones, right?
Yeah, like the extra cheesy, like flavor blasted ones.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
No, you were very correct. I remember coming over to your house. It was the first time I ever had those things. You had them in little baggies. I was like, dude, this guy knows what's up. These are tasty. They are amazing. I'll tell you,
it's the best go-to snack.
I'll tell you what mine is. Mine was, and I think it's gonna be my go-to again nowadays. It was just simply bread and butter. Because it simply is my bread and butter. And let me tell you, it tastes good and it fills you up just enough to where you can go to sleep all cozy and nice. And that's exactly what I had. 2 pieces of bread and butter last night. It was a wonderful, wonderful night. That's just, it's just the bachelor pad over there. Either way. On top of that, Bandy, looking over at a little bit of flag football coming to the Olympics in 2028, okay? Yeah. Now, we were kind of guessing, what are we going to get? Are we going to get, Olympic basketball, where we send over a lot of our, second, third string guys that, don't even really play on the court in the NBA? Or are we going to send over the best of the best, okay? I'm talking the Tyreek Hills. I'm talking the Lamar Jacksons. When it comes to flag football, these are the guys I want to see, okay? And I'll say this. Some of them have already shown interest, and others, I don't know if they would work out too well, but I have a list of players that could potentially be playing in the 2028 flag football Olympics. And I'm going to just say this right now, okay? Tom Brady might have been the best quarterback in, NFL history because of all the Super Bowls he has. I would say he's more of the most consistent quarterback in all of history. But he's on this list, and I'm just thinking, this guy is going to be ancient by 2028. And on top of that, he's not the type of guy you really want on your flag football team.
I mean, he's already wasn't the most mobile quarterback,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he could escape in the pocket, but he wasn't going to be scrambling out like Lamar.
Yeah.
Justin Fields.
But that's the thing, though. Okay, in flag football, you might not need to be, that mobile at quarterback. You have
I feel like you need to be more mobile.
Well, you'd think that, but nobody's coming at you. Okay, you
Really?
have like 5 seconds or something. They're probably gonna have a timer on whether when you need to pass it or not. And
Put Tua in there then. Like 100%.
somebody with a rocket arm that can just like go out. I didn't throw Brett Favre or anything like that. Maybe he's obviously even more ancient. But Lamar Jackson's on the list. I think he would do a great job there. Devon A-Chain, obviously. I mean, this guy's still young, and on top of that, he's also a really good running back to also catch balls out of the backfield. So that's a guy we could look at. Tyreek Hill.
Oh my gosh.
By far the best choice that any flag football team could pick up. And then Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. I would love those guys. I would love those guys on our flag football
Chris
team.
Olave?
Chris Olave. Throw him in there. I don't care.
No one's catching that wide receiver corp. It's like Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, Tyreek Hill.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Throw Puka Nacua in there.
Throw Puka Nacua. I don't care. Cooper Kupp. Get a white guy in there too. I don't care. But no, I gotta say, I don't know if anybody will have a chance of beating the U.S. when it comes to flag football. And I don't want to disregard anybody else's teams and all that stuff. But at the same time, you're looking at not just like the best players in their respected conferences. They go up against each other in the Pro Bowl. We're talking about the entire NFL together on the same team.
And this isn't football where it's played all around the world.
No.
This is American football.
It's American football. If you guys,
we get an offensive line in there. It doesn't matter if you give them an extra 5 seconds. I mean, who's getting through an NFL offensive line anyway?
I think that's the reason they're not doing actual football. Because if we had a whole football team out there, the best of the best, it would be like the all-star teams you could pick, or the all-Madden teams you could pick in the Madden video games, which is 99, 99, 99. You play up against a team like Australia. What are they going to do? They got like 64, overalls.
It's like those days you had like a bad My Career game. So it's like, I'm just going to go to play now. I'm going to pick the AL East All-Stars against like whatever AAA team I'm feeling.
Exactly. That's pretty much how it would be, Bandy. And I'm actually pretty excited for it. 2028,
Hey, baseball and softball coming too. That's got my eye more.
Oh, okay.
Because baseball has been getting a lot more. It's been getting a lot more global. I would say a lot more of a global presence.
Yeah. Well,
you got Shohei Ohtani like absolutely showing out in the MLB right now, and not only that, there's a prospect coming up out of the same high school.
Really?
That Shohei Ohtani went to, also from Japan, that they're calling the Japanese Prince Fielder.
Nice.
Yeah.
The problem is, Bandy, those guys are going to play for Japan.
Well, not this guy.
Not this guy. Really?
Well, I mean, yeah, in the Olympics, yeah.
No,
I mean,
that's
he's not going to the Japan draft. He's actually coming over here to play college.
Okay.
But no, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But that's the tough thing. We had the W,
There's going to be more parity. It's probably more competition than if we put NFL stars for flag football.
Yeah. We got a little bit of that, what was it, the World Baseball series that we had on?
Yeah, it was hype.
Prior to the season starting. I don't exactly know what the name of that thing is.
I think it was in the middle of the season.
Was it? No, it was right before the season started. Yeah, because players were hesitant on even playing in the first place.
That's right. And then I think somebody got hurt too during that game too.
Yeah, I believe it was a pitcher for the Mets. I don't know. I'm out of the baseball realm right now, but I am on the football realm, and I do want to hop into some great conversations about this Florida State team that has wide receivers. They got a quarterback. They got everything except for kind of a defense. And I say that only because they may rank second in the ACC, this Florida State defense. You think about them and you're like, oh, well, that defense hardly exists. They're second in the ACC, guys. In all of college football, though, this team is 57th, behind Auburn even. And you look at that and you're thinking, well, this is a good Florida State team. Keon Coleman said this team is unstoppable. And I got to say, he's right, at least until the playoffs. Because the playoffs are going to really, humble some teams that might not be 100% going into it. And I will be looking at that, as well as we will be telling you guys about some of the wacky underdog picks we'll be having on tomorrow. So definitely check into tomorrow's show. And also feel free to call into this show, 256-5764.
97.7
is the number to hop in. But, Bandy, we got to hop into a break. Because when we come back, we're hopping into some Sparkman football with one Mr. Jaden Scott. And I am so excited to talk with that young man. That's what's coming up here on the Morning Blitz on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Are you tired of power outages disrupting your life? It's time for a Generac standby generator from Current Electrical. Storms may rage outside, but inside your family's powered up. So why choose Current Electrical for your generator needs? 1, we offer a wide range of models to suit every budgeted energy requirement. 2, our project managers handle every step of the process: power, gas, permitting, and inspections. 3, our certified technicians install your generator with precision, ensuring peace of mind. Don't wait for the next blackout. Call 256-880-1880 or visit us online at GenSuperstore.com.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time, or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is "We show up." Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Chapman Commercial Realty, your source for Alabama commercial real estate. Chapman Commercial Realty has the experience and expertise you're looking for when making commercial real estate decisions. If it's office space, retail space, investment property, or project development, Chapman Commercial Realty is your answer. Call Bill Chapman today at 256-656-8413. That's 256-656-8413. Or find them online at chapmancommercialrealty.com.
There's nothing like the freedom you feel when you're on the water in your own boat from Freedom Marine in Guntersville. New or used, Freedom Marine has just the boat to make your time on the water the best it can be. Pontoons, fishing, ski boats, you name it. And all season long, Freedom Marine is giving away 4 packs of Alabama football tickets. Just log on the Freedom Marine Facebook page and like, share, and comment to be eligible. New and used boats, outboard sales, financing, service, and parts. It's Freedom Marine. Highway 431 in Guntersville and online at freedommarincenter.com.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A partly sunny sky this afternoon, maybe an isolated shower across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Otherwise, temperatures climbing into the lower 70s, dropping into the mid and upper 50s as we head into the overnight, early into your Friday morning. A better opportunity for rain Thursday night, early into Friday morning. A couple of isolated showers could linger through Friday afternoon. But overall, Friday looks like it's going to be mostly dry. A partly sunny sky, temperatures hanging out in the mid 70s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hello and welcome back in, everybody. John Abraham, Captain Cool, alongside the Bandiman, Bailey Lowery.
Hey.
Here on a thirsty Thursday, Bandy. I can't even believe that it's already Thursday. I mean, we're going to get into high school football tomorrow, and then on top of that, we got Alabama versus Tennessee. So excited for it, and you know what else I'm excited for? Our guest on this segment, which is one Mr. Jaden Scott from Sparkman Senators Football. Jaden, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. What about you?
You know what? Max Preps is already talking to me right now, so I'm not doing that good. But I'm doing wonderful, actually, with all things considered. Jaden, I mean, looking at how you've been playing this season, I mean, it's just been – I've been in awe, honestly, whenever I see you at quarterback. Obviously, Josh Ward, he's very talented. But whenever it comes to the running abilities that you have, it really is just, there's nobody that really can compare at the quarterback position. Kind of just talk about really, how you got into the sport and also, how you can be talented at so many other positions as well.
Yes, sir. Well, I've been playing football since I was 4 years old. I play every position almost. From offensive line to linebacker, defensive end, I played everything really. So, and I also played basketball too. So I think that really helped with my running ability. So, I really try to run the ball and be a dual threat. So they have the game plan for both my arm and my running ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the coaches definitely notice that you have that running ability because obviously whenever he puts you in, it's almost like, it's a designed run almost every single time. But that might not be the case. I mean, just kind of tell us. You had a lot of breakaway runs that have been 40 to 50-yard touchdowns. Kind of just talk about how those all kind of go down. Do they start out as passes or is it initially just fake to then lead you to running up the middle?
Well, some of them are design runs because my coaches know I can run. But some of them are pass plays too. Like, if the play just breaks down, if I see some, I'm gone. I'm going to use my legs to make the best of it.
Exactly, yeah. And, I mean, looking over, obviously, you kind of have some comparisons to some quarterbacks that I would see in the NFL a lot now, those mobile quarterbacks that are dual threat in many ways. Kind of just talk about, which quarterbacks you kind of look up to in the NFL currently that, might be a little bit similar to your play style as well.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, Lamar Jackson, he's my favorite quarterback.
Okay.
I like everything about him. I like Josh Allen, too. I like how big he plays. I like Trey Lance.
Okay.
That's probably my top three guys I like to watch in the league right now.
Okay. I mean, it's kind of hard to watch Trey Lance at the moment just because he's not on the field too much. But
right now.
Yeah, not too much.
He was good. He was good at North Dakota State. I will say that much. I'd love to at least see him get a chance for the Cowboys, of course. But kind of moving over, I mean, right now you coming off of an iffy loss to a Bob Jones team where definitely your team, I feel like, has the talent to kind of win that game. Kind of just tell us how much that bye week kind of affected you guys and why we're kind of seeing a similar cycle in last season, and also how you guys can try and, re-up after those two tough losses.
Yeah, well, I think after the JC game, after we lost by 1 point, I think everybody was kind of just in their head, like we were kind of still in our feelings.
Yeah.
Thinking about that game still, it kind of affected us. But, I mean, now it's out the way and done now. We just worry about Huntsville. We're going to get the win Friday.
Exactly. And kind of just talk about this Huntsville Panthers team, what Coach Watson has been telling you guys throughout the entire week, really, just who to watch and also how to really try and exploit this team and what you guys do best.
Well, we're just going to use our normal game plan. We're going to spread them out. They got a cornerback number one. We've been talking about him, but we're not really too worried. We're just going to use our regular game plan, spread them out, and just win.
Exactly. I like the mindset, just win. That's really how it is whenever it comes to this Sparkman team. I mean, again, two tough losses, but definitely does not take away from the insane impact you guys had on the beginning of the season. Now, I got to ask this question, too. I mean, looking at kind of, what you guys have been doing this season, you've been implemented in a few game plans. You've been playing wide receiver. You've been playing quarterback. But kind of just talk about the rest of that offense, who you really bond with in the locker room, and how much that kind of impacts the way that you guys play on the field.
Oh, yeah. The offense, we really all bond together well. Like me, I hang out with the linemen, the quarterback, Josh, all my receivers. I talk to everybody on the offense just so, I feel like when you build the bond up off the field, it just helps the bond on the field be better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I definitely agree with that. I remember whenever I was playing in high school, I was a wide receiver myself. We used to have rap battles. And did I really jump in? No.
Rap battles?
I was the beat maker, okay? I used to make the beats. But honestly, I look back on it, I'm thinking I could have laid down some nice little raps, but it's kind of away from me now. But moving on, just looking at that defensive side of the ball now, I mean, this team has really helped out on the D. Kind of just talk about, who you really looked at on the defense to lead that side of the ball to those amazing games we saw at the beginning of the season, and how these guys will be able to help out throughout the rest of it.
Oh, yeah, we got some real dogs on our defense. Josh Murphy, he's one of them. Jamarion Matthews, he's another one.
Oh, yeah.
Chambers, both of the Chambers brother, Wavez. We got some real dogs on our defense that can really hit.
Jaden Scott with us from Sparkman Senator Football, and kind of stepping away from the high school side of football for a minute. We were talking about the NFL a little bit earlier, but do you have an NFL or even college team that you've been following this season, and kind of what do you think about the performance so far?
No.
Well, I don't really have an NFL team. I just like to watch all of them, really. But my college team is Alabama. I've been watching it.
Yes, so how have you been feeling about Milroe and so far their performance this season?
I mean, it hasn't been like the normal Alabama like last year with Bryce Young and stuff. But I like Jalen Milroe.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be good. I'm just ready to see the game this week against Tennessee.
I'm right there with you, and so is Bandiman. We're two big Alabama fans as well. We gotta stay kind of neutral though on this show, so we can't be going.
Do we?
Not really. You got the Alabama flag behind you, but kind of continuing. I like the way that he said that. He was like, I gotta admit, that's kind of how everybody feels about this Alabama performance. It's to the point where it's gotta get a little bit better, but it's on its way. It is on its way. Yeah. So I totally agree with you on that. But before we get you out of here, I got two more questions for you. First thing, just let us know, what is one of the most fond memories you have from playing the sport of football, whether it was in high school, whether it was in middle school, whether it was in pee-wee football? Just kind of give us that.
Most fun memory? I gotta say, it's probably just hanging out with the guys, just talking, just laughing every day. They all so funny. We just be talking, hanging out, going to get food. I just love all of it.
Hey, that makes me honestly happy for you guys, because it really is. It's the football, it adds a lot of discipline to your everyday routine. But on top of that, you wouldn't want to do it with anybody else. It's the whole squad you got. It's really just a big family over there in the locker room. But last thing for you, Jaden. This kind of goes to, the high school side of things. How happy are you to not have to do any of these, SAT or whatever they're doing, all those seniors are doing right now?
Hey, I'm happy right now. Hey, I'm in my bed. Ain't got to worry about none of that right now. I think till next week, so.
Okay. Well, you got to make sure you focus in on those school smarts as well. I know Coach Ronnie Watson has been telling you guys about that all season long. But, Jaden, I appreciate you hopping on with us, man. Looking forward to the Huntsville matchup on a Friday. It's going to be a good one, man. Tell the people where they can listen to the game.
You can listen to it, 97.7.
That's my boy. Good stuff, Jaden. Can't wait to see you playing tomorrow.
All right, see you later. All right.
Good stuff. Jaden Scott from Sparkman Senators Football. Guy he's an X factor, okay? And I only say that because there was one time back when I played a little bit of the younger boy football, all right? I played for the Franklin Cowboys up in Williamson County, Tennessee.
Hey, very nice.
I was called the X factor because I could play every single position. Could I play them all well? More or less. But Jaden Scott, he genuinely is that X factor where you could put him at the quarterback position and he'll do some stuff. You could put him at the wide receiver position and he will be a threat. You put him on defense, I don't know. I haven't seen him on defense, but he could probably do some good stuff on defense too. Ooh, good stuff though. Good stuff. We got to hop into a break, Bandy. When we come back, we're going to tell you guys about all of the wacky underdog picks we're going to be looking at for tomorrow, for you guys to get a chance to get a part of your two over at Gunner's Landing. Again, you need to pick the underdog, and you will get that under to the points, and it'll add up to the end of the season. And once the college season's over, we'll move over to the NFL. And once the NFL season's over, we will be picking a winner. So that's what's coming up here on the Morning Blitz on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Sitting here with Mark Kent of Southern Fidelity Mortgage Group of Huntsville. Mark, do you help pre-qualify people?
We pre-qualify people all the time, Wes. As a matter of fact, I love having them coming in here because when they come in and they pre-qualify, they can leave my office knowing exactly how much they can buy and have no worries.
Mark, tell me about your rates and pricing.
Well, Wes, this is something we're really, really proud of. Long story short is, I love being able to provide the best pricing in town. Honestly, I cannot tell you the last time I lost a deal to either rate or pricing, something I'm very proud of.
So what all financing options do you have, Mark?
We do several different things. If you're purchasing a home, we can handle the purchase. If you're wanting to refinance your home, of course, rates are at the lowest they've been in the last 3 years. We do a lot of refinancing. If you're building a home, we can handle the entire process from breaking ground to the final close.
Do you sleep with your phone?
Wes, if you want to reach me, you can call me at my office phone, which is 256-562-1000. But always remember, I sleep with my cell phone at night. That number is 256-656-5936.
This is Wes Neighbors sitting here with Philip Love of not only Eagle Insulation, now he represents Eagle Companies. Eagle through the years have added several companies to help individuals or builders through their construction renovation process. Eagle is known to represent quality, efficiency, and professionalism. Philip, I know you do insulation, but do you do masonry?
We do.
Do you do grading, erosion control, and dirt hauled off?
We do.
Do you do after paint, which includes shower doors, mirrors, shelving blinds, and bath hardware?
Yes, we do, Wes.
Do you do landscaping and irrigation?
Yes, we do.
So basically, Eagle can help you all along your process of building your house or doing renovations. So do you do plumbing?
We do not, Wes, but we can find somebody to do it.
Just give them time. They'll be there. Anyway, call Eagle Insulation at
256-755-1556.
Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. Call Eagle today.
Thanks, Wes.
If you work in a dangerous or logistically intense industry, you know good training can be a challenge. There are training costs, safety concerns, and difficulty replicating real-world scenarios. There's a better way used right now in the Army and in all our armed services to better prepare our heroes, and it's available to you in your organizations. Higher Echelon's Game Development Team is revolutionizing learning in military training, dangerous industry, STEM, and sports performance domains with cutting-edge virtual training that immerses you in lifelike scenarios without the cost and safety concerns for trainees. With Higher Echelon's game-based training, you'll experience realistic simulations, precision accuracy, and unparalleled safety. Higher Echelon founder Dr. Joe Ross is retired Army who played and later coached for the cadets and puts that experience to use. His team has been building cutting-edge virtual training environments for soldiers and clients for a decade. Higher Echelon, the name you can trust for advanced training solutions. Reach out at higherechelon.com to get your free consultation. Go higher and go Army.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A partly sunny sky this afternoon, maybe an isolated shower across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Otherwise, temperatures climbing into the lower 70s, dropping into the mid and upper 50s as we head into the overnight, early into your Friday morning. A better opportunity for rain Thursday night, early into Friday morning. A couple of isolated showers could linger through Friday afternoon. But overall, Friday looks like it's going to be mostly dry. A partly sunny sky, temperatures hanging out in the mid 70s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Eli Gold, voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Join us every week for Alabama football right here.
Listen to Alabama football all season long on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Blitz.
Oh, jeez, Bandy.
That's wow.
We can't do that.
No, we can't do that.
I mean, we kind of did feel like the afternoon blitz earlier because I did ask you a question.
If it's on the first syllable, you're good.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Morning Blitz.
Morning Blitz.
Here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Bandiman Bailey Lowery alongside Captain Cool John Abraham.
Yeah. The Las Vegas Aces won the WNBA championship. Bandy, did you watch that?
I mean, I caught the highlights.
Okay.
I did catch the highlights. And honestly, I was impressed.
Pretty gritty.
But I mean, the WNBA actually has stepped up in quality since last year. And now with the hype surrounding Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, I mean, those are going to be two big names going to be going in the draft in very soon.
Yeah.
And I saw some grit out there I hadn't seen in a long time. I mean, we had, I'm trying to remember. It was a Sabrina.
If you remember the player's name, that's impressive.
Sabrina, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm trying my best here.
Respect though.
But Sabrina, I mean, she had a little P&R in the middle of the game, and that's some grit. Had to go over to the sideline, take a timeout, P&R, come right back out on the court, and then continue playing like nothing happened. I mean, that was impressive.
That is impressive.
I was impressed by that.
That is impressive. That's something you see in football quite a bit. Guys just like yakking on the field, and then they use it as intimidation. You know, they look over. Yeah, I just did that. Now I'm gonna pancake you.
Okay, I mean, I guess I'll take your word for it. But I mean, that's what's been missing out of the WNBA.
Yeah.
That's what it needs. It needs grit. Like, it needs another reason to watch.
Yeah.
The grit of it all, and big name and marketable talent.
I gotcha. Definitely.
And lo and behold, like number one most talked about female basketball player right now, Caitlin Clark, is about to probably enter the WNBA draft next year.
No, I have no idea about any of that stuff, but I appreciate you keeping up with the WNBA for me, Bandiman.
Yeah, I just love basketball.
I understand, man. You gotta. I mean, if there was like a women's football league, you know, like the LFL, I'd be watching it. Is that around anymore?
The LFL?
Yeah, it's the lingerie football league or the ladies football league. You gotta look it up. Just don't do it right now because you might get in trouble for it.
We have the NBL.
What's that?
National Basketball League.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
It's like overseas.
Oh, okay.
Actually, very good quality.
Really?
It's like out of Australia.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Well, you'll have to tell me about that later. But, Bandy, we got some underdog picks to talk about because, you know, this is for the listeners right here. A lot of cool games are going on this weekend. One thing I want to bring up, I was wrong about Max Johnson. I will say that. I talked Max Johnson up quite a bit. This is the quarterback, obviously, for Texas A&M. After Connor Wigman's injury, and I thought that Max Johnson would be the guy to really go to. But I feel like since this team has shifted to Max Johnson, the offensive line has just disappeared, and the quality at that position has just been kind of thrown out the window, okay? And I will say, they went up against two really good opponents in Alabama versus in Tennessee, but, you know, moving forward, it really is going to see if Max Johnson can be a quarterback, in anything other than college football moving forward. So it's going to be interesting to see. I don't think, that he'd probably make it to the NFL, but, he could maybe hop on practice squad or something like that. But, Bandy, I just want to get that out of the way so I can hop into the wacky underdog picks because, Bandy, we got a lot of games.
I was say, aren't they on a bye week this week?
They are on a bye week.
It's kind of catching a stray today. All right.
Just catch a stray right there. Well, I was going to talk about Florida State, but I ran out of time, Bandy. We fill up stuff with stuff that doesn't really matter, but now we get to talk about the wacky underdog picks, and one of them I want to go to Mississippi State versus Arkansas. Right now, Arkansas is a 6-point favorite despite having the worst record. They're 2-5 going up against the 3-3 Mississippi State team. This one will be at Arkansas, so that does get a little bit of those points, but definitely something to look at. Let's see if Mississippi State's able to rebound. Let's see if Arkansas is able to rebound.
Yeah.
Two quality quarterbacks. I say that quality with quotes because it might be the case, going up against each other in a SEC showdown. But this is where it gets fun. Number 7 Penn State going up against number 3 Ohio State. Right now, Ohio State is a 4.5-point favorite.
So this qualifies.
This is gonna be. These are both 6-0 teams going up against each other. This is going to be huge.
Ohio State's getting 3 of those points just for being at home.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to be a big deal with Ohio State at home, and they're going to try and find a dub late in the season against one of their toughest opponents, I will say, because after Penn State, it's Michigan. That's pretty much all they have to look forward to when it comes to an actual difficult game. And then South Carolina going up against the Mizzou. I dogged on South Carolina earlier in the week, okay? I kind of disrespected them, saying that they didn't really challenge Florida. Guys, right after that show, right after I got called out, which, I appreciate the call out, I went and watched the highlights. South Carolina played a hell of a game, okay? Florida also played a hell of a game. Both of these teams looked really good. I think that South Carolina has one of the better quarterbacks in the SEC, but the team overall is a little shaky, and obviously that defense isn't really doing much to help out that team. And going up against the Mizzou, they're going to need all of the defense they can get because this Mizzou team is very good on offense. So
I mean, this is kind of like a mirror match, honestly. I mean, it's really going to be who's going to outscore who.
Yeah. Well, because pretty much.
I mean, obviously, Yeah, duh. That's kind of the goal of football. But you get what I'm saying. It's going to be very offense heavy. It's going to be like a Pac-12 kind of game.
It'll be a high scoring.
Very little defense. I mean, the over-under is 60.
Yeah, it's going to be similar to the Florida game. It's going to be similar to, I would say, Mizzou versus LSU. It's going to be up there. Probably going to end up being like 39-35 or something like that. It's going to be ridiculous. It should be very fun to watch. I'm not going to say who the winner is, but again, Mizzou is a 7-point favorite in this one, and it will be at Mizzou. So South Carolina looking for a tough task against the Tigers. And then the big game that we all are looking forward to, number 17, Tennessee at 5-1, going up against Alabama, who's sitting at 11th in the country. Alabama never fails to have a low spread, okay? They're 9-point favorites in this game, and I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be extremely low scoring, and it'll probably the winning team will probably only have like 16, maybe 21 points. So that's going to be something to definitely look at, unless Jalen Milroe pops off and he shows us that he's not only mobile with his feet, but can also complete a good percentage of his passes.
So if you're feeling the Vols, I mean, the 9-point spread's right there. If you're feeling Tennessee.
We're not going to judge you.
Yeah, you can call in tomorrow and throw in that pick. I mean, it qualifies.
We're not going to judge you. But Bandy,
if you're a Vol fan, we're not going to judge you.
No, we're not. Okay.
If you're a Bam fan, maybe a little bit.
I date a Vol fan, so that's kind of, where I sit with all that stuff. I don't date all the Vol fans, though. Washington State going to be going up against Oregon. Now, I'll say this, all right? Washington State might be 4-2. They might be falling off of the hype train that is the Pac-12. But still, they are a 4-2 team. They were ranked just a few weeks ago. And they're going up against an Oregon team that is very good, but just got dealt their first loss from Michael Penix Jr. as well as the Washington big boys, okay?
I mean, this is a 20-point spread, Captain Cool.
That's what I'm looking at here. This is one of those ones that you really want to look at. We got people that, like to go after those big spreads. This is the game to really look at to try and get that spread, despite Oregon being at home.
I'm going to say not so fast.
Not so fast, okay.
I'd say you might want to hesitate a little bit on this one because Bo Nix is having the career right now to make his case for the NFL draft and the Heisman.
It's true. And you know what? He's not going to slow at all.
Yeah,
so.
He's not showing any signs of slowing down.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun one, though, to watch. Washington State, obviously. I'm going to be going for them just because I love the underdog, okay? Number 13, Ole Miss, is going up against Auburn at Auburn. Currently, Auburn is a 6.5-point underdog in this one. And I got to be honest, guys, Peyton Thorne not doing anything for this team. Robbie Ashford not doing anything for this team. But their defense is showing up when it needs to. And this is another game where their defense is going to really need to show up because this might be the best offense they've played all season long, okay?
It's going to be a historic game for Ole Miss as well. And not only that, this needs to be an Ole Miss that we saw earlier against LSU. This isn't an Ole Miss that played against Alabama is going to lose against this Auburn team and Jordan Hare.
Okay, yeah, for sure. No, yeah. I agree with you because, again, this Auburn team, you can't really say that they have a better defense than Alabama, but you can say that their defense has kept them in a lot of the games that they've played, and, I mean, it's been evident in some of the games earlier on in the season against some teams like Georgia even, where the game's very close, and then, at the end of it, they kind of break away, but still just a good showing from the defense. So.
They'll play up to their competition, especially at home.
Exactly.
So it's going to be really on Jackson Dart. Does he have that playmaking ability to allow Ole Miss to consistently score against this Auburn defense?
No. And then the matchup I'm going to be really looking at, and then we'll hop into the last two, but Duke versus Florida State. I've talked plenty about this Florida State team, and I'll keep talking about them, okay? Jordan Travis, top-tier quarterback, okay? One of the best in the country. Personally, I think he's very underrated at the moment, but I think that this guy is, he's got what it takes to beat these types of teams, and going up against the Duke team, this Florida State team looks almost unbeatable, okay? But Duke has the chance. However, guys, if you're not keeping up with this Duke Blue Devils team, they don't have a freaking quarterback right now.
Yeah, if Riley Leonard can come back and play in this game, there's a shot.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Outside of him, I'm just gonna keep an eye on the second string, Henry Bellin. And this guy, he's a freshman. He's a 3-star. He's got some talent, but he was 4 for 12 in the last matchup, despite the win. And it's gonna be a spooky one to say the least.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to the run game for the Duke Blue Devils.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if Riley Leonard does make a comeback, fantastic.
That'd be amazing.
I mean, that'd be a much better shot for Duke to win against this Florida State team.
Oh yeah.
But this is also a Seminole squad that's been pretty inconsistent this season.
Yeah. Well, defensively, offensively, I think this team is totally fine, but defensively, it's really back and forth. Again, Second in the ACC, Bandy.
I still have that Boston College game burned in my mind.
I know. That's why they're 57th in the country when it comes to that defensive efficiency. I mean, they did hold LSU to 21 points in week 1, and alas, that was week 1. LSU then went on against Grambling State and won 72-0. So that offense was definitely, still pretty good coming off of last season. Utah versus USC. Bandy, USC, 7-point favorite in this game. By the way, Florida State's a 14.5-point favorite in that Duke game. But Utah versus USC. Bandy, could we see an upset coming? Even though it's not really an upset because it's the 14th team going up against the 18th team, and the 18th team is favored.
I mean, that's still an upset.
That's still an upset, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not favored to win and you win, you got an upset.
It's true. I mean, it's true. I feel like it equals out,
But I mean, I was really high on this Utah squad pretty early on in the season, showing off with their defense. Some cracks have really started to show lately. The lack of their starting quarterback has definitely hurt them in the long run.
It's tough.
But also, Caleb Williams has been hiccuping as well. I mean, last game, 3 interceptions.
Against, Notre Dame. So, I don't know how to really... Sometimes it could be a little back and forth. That's probably John.
I'm saying I'm gonna have this Utah squad going. I don't have faith in Caleb Williams.
Okay. I think it's gonna be definitely a offensive battle for USC, but definitely gonna have to get past that Utah Utes defense that has been absolutely spectacular this season. Really just helping this team be 14th in the country without Cam Rising, of course, at the quarterback position. And then Clemson at Miami. Miami is a 3-point underdog. And this one's at Miami. Both of these teams, a little back and forth on the season, I will say. But Miami, I think, will have enough to get that dub. And again, this is right on that line. 3-point underdog. You guys can get in on this game. Get 3 points to that Gunners Landing ticket for 2 at the end of the season. So definitely try and keep up with that one, as well as all these other games that we will be talking about even more tomorrow. And you guys can hop in on the show. But we got to hop into a break, because when we come back, Jonathan Liggett from Cherokee Ridge Country Club is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. So that's what's coming up here on the Morning Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner at University Kia, proudly saying Roll Tide and War Eagle. Stop into University Kia today and shop one of the area's largest selection of new Kias, including Fortes, Seltos, Telluride, and Popular Carnival, and fully electric EV6. View all the great specials at universitykia.com and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia you really want, because we want to see you in a University Kia.
The Huntsville Sports Commission is driven by you, driven by those with grit, determination, and a goal to succeed. This is why we do what we do. The Huntsville Sports Commission promotes an enhanced quality of life in the Huntsville area through sports. We work hard to make sure those who come to Huntsville to compete have all they need to be the best they can be. The Huntsville Sports Commission. We do sports. Find out more at huntsvillesports.org.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
At Bryant Bank, we believe your goals are worth chasing, and every step along the way is worth celebrating. From your hopes for the future to the challenges that keep you up at night, we're here for you. Bryant Bankers put care into action to help you live legendary by stepping up when you need us most and doing what's right even when no one is watching. Come experience a local bank whose people greet you by name and treat you like family. Bryant Bank, member FDIC.
Do you have discomfort in your legs? Varicose veins can affect not only how your legs look, but how they feel. Symptoms of varicose veins include pain, swelling, aching, heaviness, and fatigue. Dr. Tracy Lowery of Best Vein Care of Huntsville can diagnose and treat your varicose veins with the latest minimally invasive techniques. Diagnosis and treatment is covered by most insurances. Call 256-715-7151 to schedule your free screening. Go to bestveincarehuntsville.com.
What's better than 2 End Zone Sports Bars? 3 End Zone Sports Bars. And we have you covered with our original location on University across from Red Lobster, in Jones Valley on Cecil Ashburn near Carl T. Jones, and our newest location in the Midtown District on McMurtry Drive opposite the Target Plaza. All locations feature the NFL Sunday Ticket, Tuesday half-price burgers, and Wednesday $1 jumbo wings all day long. You're never far from the End Zone. End Zone Sports Bar.
Alumni Hall is the ultimate shopping experience for Alabama and Auburn fans. Located right here in Huntsville, come shop the best selection of officially licensed apparel, accessory, and gifts. Alumni Hall has the newest products from Nike, Under Armour, Yeti, New Era, Champion, Columbia, Southern Tide, Peter Millar, and more. And you can earn cash back with their Hall Pass rewards. Alumni Hall, located in the Bridge Street Shopping Center, or shop anytime at alumnihall.com. Alumni Hall, where fans shop. Look the part. Go to Alumni Hall.
You're telling me we got golf? We got golf this segment? I'm just joking.
We got golf. Because we got on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline here on the Morning Blitz on 97.7 ESPN Zone. Bandiman Bailey Lowery alongside Captain Cool John Abraham.
I thought you were saying we got something.
I thought you were going to do that. Hey.
We got Jonathan Liggett from Cherokee Ridge Country Club on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. John, how you doing, man?
I'm hanging in there, brother. I'm ready to talk some golf this morning. I'm ready to talk to you boys. How you boys doing this morning?
Oh, we can't complain.
Yeah, doing all right.
Had a wonderful little show.
Good.
But tomorrow's going to be even better because it's a fun Friday. Okay, but John, what's going on in golf right now, and why should we all be kind of keeping an eye on what the PGA is doing right now?
Right. So right now we're over in Japan, over in Indai Chiba Prefecture.
Let's go.
Playing at the Concordia Golf Narashino Country Club over in the greater Tokyo area of Japan. It's the Zozo Championship. It's a amazing tournament. The Zozo is a clothing brand, actually. It's come out in 2019, and they been hosting it since. So we'll hop right into it, what we should be looking for, and some of the players we should be watching, and some cool facts about these players. Is number one, Hideki Matsuyama. The guy's been on a little struggle train, but we know Hideki. He's a great player. Won many tournaments in the past. He's been struggling with injuries. Can say myself that's terrible. It's tough. So I know what it's like for this guy. So he's been on the struggle bus, but he's had a couple top fives, and he's still on his way to grinding. But coming next is the one and only Ricky Fowler. He played in the Ryder Cup, so he's coming off a lot of momentum. He's got it. This whole year he's been grinding, has a lot of wins. So you already know I'm cheering from our 1 BDR. Then we got the next Colin Morikawa, the guy who's leading the tournament right now at 6 under. Had a great day today, bogey free. So the guy is feeling good about himself. Mental is great. Xander Schauffele, also coming off from the Ryder Cup. This guy's a great player. Know he's going to do well. Hasn't won in a minute. So would love to see him win, but he's used to the Tokyo area because back in 2020, he won the gold medal in the Olympic Games. So Xander is not a rookie to this type of arena over here in Tokyo. So you look out for him. And then this one guy, I'd never heard of this guy. Okay, his name is Aguri Awasaki.
Okay. You butchered that, but it's all right.
Yeah, I butchered that really bad. Okay. But he played last weekend at the Japan Open, and he actually got the dub. But he's not on the PGA Tour, but he's playing this week from winning that Japan Open. So we're going to see if this guy can do well. What's cool about these guys, all these guys I just mentioned, and why it's so special for the Zozo Championship, because all these guys, guess it or not, have ties to Japan. And the one I really want to talk about there is Ricky Fowler, because would you ever think my boy BDR would have ties over in Tokyo, Japan? What's going on? What's going on with that? You know what I'm saying? But he has Japanese roots, and his grandmother is actually Japanese. So fun fact about little BDR there. So I thought that was pretty cool. But the one guy we really want to look at here, besides those guys who are, have a little fun fact of Japan over there, is one and only Mr. Eric Cole, who turned pro back in 2009, but is a rookie this year on the PGA Tour. Wow. And a win this week at the Zozo Championship, and right now he's actually 5 under, tied second going into the round 2 later tonight when it'll be aired. He's actually chasing Rookie of the Year trophy So this is a big time for this guy, and he usually steps up in these big stages when it comes to playing on the PGA Tour. So I'll be looking out for Eric Cole, great player. See what he can do this week. But besides talking about these great players, let's get into what you're going to have to do at this course if you're going to walk out of here with the dub. Okay?
Of course.
So this course is a par 70. It has 5 par 3s. Okay, so you're really going to start relying on your iron game. It's only 7,079 yards, but with those 5 par 3s, you also have 5 par 4s who are almost 500 yards, and it's tight fairways. So you're going to have to rely on your driver game and your iron game to get into great position and win in this tournament. And that's why, looking at Colin Morikawa, I'm looking at him and also Eric Cole, because these guys have a great ball flight. They play little fades most of the time. They have great iron games. So checking out those two, that's what you're going to have to do to get the dub this week at this other championship. And also looking forward to the hometown for the guys on Japan. My boy BDR, I mean, it would be sick to see this guy get a dub, but he's not looking too hot today at +1 after round 1. So it's gonna be cool to see what they can do this week over in Japan.
It'd be like that. But Narashino Country Club, it's known for a lot of water. Kind of just tell us who's the best at kind of navigating themselves to the green without hitting that water because there's so much of it.
Well, I'm gonna go back to my boy Colin Morikawa. You can see in his past tournaments, even this past year, he was rated the #1 iron player on the PGA Tour. His accuracy is impeccable. They say his 7-iron is more accurate, 7 to 6 iron is more accurate than most of the pros' wedges, and he's hitting those from 180, 200 yards out, and that's an insane stat for Colin Morikawa. So that's why I'm leaning more towards him because if you can hit the driver well, it doesn't mean you can hit your irons within 15, 20, 25 feet on average, and that's what this guy can do. That's what this guy does. So when it's coming to someone who can navigate themselves through a course when there's water and there's trouble everywhere, I go into Colin here because he tends to hit more of a fade shot and more of a fade factor when it comes into the greens and approach shots, and that's what you want to look for accuracy. And Colin, he's the guy you want to go to. He's the guy you want to watch when it comes to navigating a course like this because he is great at that. He's a great player, so I'm going with Colin on that, navigating the course there.
Very nice, Jonathan Liggett from Cherokee Ridge Country Club. And John, before we let you go, obviously I want you to tell the people where they can find you. But on top of that, Tennessee versus Alabama, brother. Right now, Alabama's a 9-point favorite in this one. What are you expecting to go down in Tuscaloosa this week?
I'm expecting to not see any pumpkins, as they have tweeted out the city of Tuscaloosa. There will be no orange pumpkins located anywhere near that city for the remainder of the weekend. If there is, it is against the law.
Okay.
So, I'm a Tennessee fan. What can I say? I look at it like this. If we can't beat Alabama, then it's going to be a rough remainder of the year because then we got Georgia after that, and that's going to be a good game. So obviously I'm rooting for my boys Tennessee. I think we can do it, but it's in Tuscaloosa, so it's going to be a lot of energy towards Alabama, and we're going to have to overcome that. I'm telling you, that's tough. It's tough in that energy when it's such a big rival game. So Tennessee's definitely going to be the underdogs here for sure. I think it's going to be a battle unless Alabama gets up early and reads them. Then it's going to be tough.
Good stuff.
It can be tough from that.
Good stuff, John. Can't wait for it. Can't wait to watch what all goes down in this tournament this week in golf.
Yeah, absolutely, my brother. I appreciate you boys. Let me hop on here. You boys have a great day over there at 97.7 ESPN.
You as well. Jonathan Liggett, Cherokee Ridge Country Club. For me and the Bandiman, we'll be back tomorrow for a fun Friday. Make sure you guys have your underdog picks ready for us.
Injuries at work happen all the time in Alabama. So do motor vehicle and slip and fall accidents. If you're hurt at work or injured in an accident, I want you to call my good friends at Pond Lehocky Giordano. That's Pond Lehocky.